What's going on, fine folks? What a crazy day that I am off to right now. There has just been fires going off left and right at the crib, but we're still grateful. So today we've got, for a student who's just moving in to this Boston area to his new apartment, we've got some IKEA furniture. I think he's got a kitchen island and a coffee table. But we'll check it out, make sure that's the right information, and let's see what this assembly brings. Alright, it's showtime, it's showtime, it's showtime, it's showtime. You know, when I was driving over here, I was thinking about, all the events that had happened, prior to me getting in my car to drive here. Baby crying, my wife's working from home, and all of a sudden she's got an immediate project dropped on her desk. She's like, hey babe, can you hold the baby? And then, pest control shows up, and then, I got to text my customer saying, hey, I'm going to be a little bit, behind. Although, I've been in very good contact with him the past 24 hours. All these things happen. And I'm like, you know what? These things are happening to people every single day. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond in life. So I may come in here, have a great day. On the way back, something crazy happens. That is same thing is happening to someone else, somewhere else. The question is, how do you respond? It's not about what happens to you in life. It's about how you respond. Your response is way, way, way more impactful and helpful than thinking about what happened to you and how to undo something that you can't undo. All right? You guys know the rules in Boston. Got to pay up to park. But what are you guys' thoughts on that? How you react versus, sort of, playing the victim per se. I know, people have different opinions, people have different points of views, different experiences, so they're gonna react differently. But what's your reaction to that? How do you respond to things? I hope you've learned to counterpunch in life, because how you respond is way more important. When you were assembling this the first time, what issue were you running into? When did you realize, like, I don't want to do this? Was it when you were putting this on here, or what were you?
Yeah, the tray that's going down all the way.
It wasn't going down all the way, right?
Yeah, it wasn't going down all the way.
Yeah, see, I'm experiencing that same thing, and the first thing you want to do is, like, try to push with force, but if you do that, you potentially break it on the other end. The thing is, I think that there's supposed to be more depth to this one, so that this can sit further down.
Yeah.
Same thing with all of these, because when I'm just putting my weight on it, not even my full weight, but at least just a little bit where I can kind of try to nudge it down a little bit more. It's not budging, which tells me it's not enough slack down here. So if I push it, there's all this wood behind it, whereas there's not much on the other end. The thing is, I've already nudged this in so much, that's what I'm using my little mallet to push it down as much as I can, but I just don't see it happening. So it's either they didn't make the hole big enough, or they didn't make it deep enough, because something's, I think it's bottomed out, because I'm hitting it. This thing isn't moving, I mean, look how exposed this is.
Yeah, no, that's why.
It's just so high up. I feel like, see, hear that?
Yeah.
So that's the wood inside breaking. That's why I don't want to push it. The thing is, I feel like if you push it down, I just did that with a little bit of hammer.
Yeah.
If you do that with, I don't know how many pounds of force I can push down, that's definitely going to break whatever's inside there.
Can this actually become a table without that, or no?
It could. So the issue that I'm running into is that these pegs, all right, don't have enough tolerance inside. So even with a rubber mallet and trying to hammer these down and not going deep enough to fit these holes right here. So we're gonna opt to go with a different option and install this without, see how we go. There are some alternatives you can try, like drilling in a little bit deeper into these holes, but you do run the risk of puncturing the other side, and that's something that I don't want to do. I'd rather not augment anything and just maybe get it assembled with some of the pieces missing. So let's see. Want to say hi to the crew?
So,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, man.
Have a good day.
Have a good one. All right, I'll shoot you that link.
All right, awesome.
All right, have a good one. So, that was a very, very interesting turn of events. As you guys can see, and maybe if you guys heard in my conversation with Paulo, his kitchen island came faulty, I guess I would say. There were some holes that the pegs, that the cylindrical pegs were supposed to go in, but they bottom out way too short. And if I were to try and, kind of force the shelves to go into the sides, I could potentially damage the furniture, and that I definitely did not want to do. So what I did was basically assemble it without the shelves. It looked to go together pretty well. The thing is, he would have brought it back, but he says it's like hours waiting in line just to get into IKEA. So it'll be hard to, get it disassembled. So it'll be hard to kind of return it. I know from where we are right now, it's a good hour or so drive away from there, depending on the time of day. So he basically just wanted to save himself the trip, get it assembled any way I could. And despite not having shelves, he said that it's not too important to him. So we got it up and running. Besides that, we also were able to get the coffee table together, pretty easily. So definitely interesting turning of events. We're definitely willing to work with customers on different situations happening. Sometimes you have no idea what you'll run into, but when you do run into it, you got to be able to adjust, make the customer feel at ease. But Paulo said that he's got some other furniture that he needs to get assembled sometime next week. So I'll definitely be back doing another assembly in the same exact place. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, and I will check you guys on the next one.